This episode is brought to you by Midwest Night Watchers, found everywhere on your favorite podcast platforms.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Piercing the Veil.
I first want to say Clay is in the chat. I so love our intro. Every time I hear that, that is our theme song. Thank you so much for helping us with that intro song. Thank you, thank you.
That came out really, really good. I love it.
Every time I hear it, it just gives me chills. Like, yeah. So, hey, welcome in, everyone. Welcome in, Blazer.
Yep. You know, the weird thing is, once I started the live, my chat and StreamYard went away.
You don't
So
have
everything that we said previous to starting live just left.
You don't have chat and stream. My chat's still working.
I have chat now. I see people popping in, but anything that was before the live is not showing up no more.
Oh, wow. Hey, D-Rock, welcome in.
So tonight is just another casual chat night, whatever you guys want to talk about or whatever subject we end up doing, or
dad jokes.
That's what it's going to be.
Debate on pineapple pizza.
No.
Debate on how to hit the like button.
So if anybody had a chance to check out Jessica the Cryptid Huntress, we were on there today on our noon show. It would be 1 p.m. her time, which is 1 p.m. what, Eastern?
Yeah, 1 p.m. Eastern, and it's always noon for us.
So we were on there talking about three-toed
creatures,
aliens and Bigfoot and everything dealing with three toes, and we kind of got off in a little rabbit hole about other subjects. So I have it pinned to our playlists if you want to watch it there, or you can go over to Jessica the Cryptid Huntress's channel and check out the show that was today over there.
Yeah, it was a good show.
And then what was it? This last Sunday we had Dennis on in place of Jane. Jane gave up her spot graciously for Dennis to come on and talk with Dacre Stroker about Bram Stoker and his life and his books. And
I knew Dennis would love to be co-host again. He was tickled. Hey, I see Brown Dwarf. He's going to be on Dennis's show Friday.
Yep. So check out Hunting the Shadows this Friday. We'll have Brown Dwarf on. Dennis will have Brown Dwarf on Paranormal Point of View.
Well, we'll be in chat. We're the mods in there.
Hi, Rosie.
Hey, Rosie. Hi.
Haven't seen you in a while.
She popped in the 24/7. I think it was last night. I think it was.
Oh.
Because I look over once in a while and I miss people and I went, oh man, once in a while I catch people in there. So hi, Rosie.
Yeah, good to see you.
And we got everyone talking about pineapple pizza.
Don't.
So I hope everything's good down there, Rosie. It's probably getting cold down there too. It's cold here. Oh my goodness, did the temperatures drop? We had snow on and off all day. It started out a little bit of sleet, and all the chickens went flying in the coop. Poor little things. They were probably getting pelted on with sleet. So I locked everybody up early, and the winds were crazy. And then it turned to snow on and off today. Not sticking to the ground. I don't think there was any on the ground though. But yeah, pretty much that's officially our first snow of the year.
Rosie likes pineapple pizza.
I didn't think it was that bad when our youngest daughter would get it. At first I went, ew, warm pizza, but it actually was pretty decent. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah, Brown Dwarf, I've been meaning to send you some dates and let you pick, so I'll get a hold of you and we'll get you back on.
In the winter.
Winter is coming. Actually, winter is here.
We have had a really nice fall. I mean, it's still been in the 50s, some 60s. Even, I think, this Sunday for your birthday, it's supposed to be like 57.
Yeah.
Then drop back down again.
Yeah, see? My birthday's the best day.
Yeah. So if anyone don't know, we're not going to have a show this Sunday. Gerald wants to take a night off for his birthday.
I don't know. We might get bored and pop on. Who knows? It might be just me and you. Who knows?
So going to be a big 61 this year.
Yeah, I put that picture of the beard in a t-shirt with says 1963 and whatever of being awesome and all that stuff, and everybody kept saying happy birthday to me, and I don't think it said happy birthday or anything. It just said 60 years of being awesome or something, and so they were a little early. but I thank them all for giving me the well wishes and on my birthday, which will be Sunday. So
yep,
we're still accepting gifts for birthdays.
New goats?
New goats? No, birthday presents for me, not you.
Oh yeah. Don't you want goats for your birthday?
No.
Oh.
You can have goats for your birthday or whatever you want, but not mine. I got other toys or stuff I'd rather have.
We have our hands full with the fur goats now. What did Blazer drop?
Say I'm turning 50. No, I think you better add a few numbers to that.
61. That means next spring I'll be 63.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
You'll be able to draw Social Security and close to Medicare, and
Might have to start using a cane, start whacking people with it, and use my elderly for that excuse.
yeah, whether you need it or not, it'll give you something to hit people with.
Yeah. I can be one of these seniors that just randomly bite people because you can.
I'm old. I don't know what I'm doing. Hi, Claudette.
Hi, Claudette. Gerald turning 50.
Yeah,
You're turning into Gandalf.
Gandalf.
Hi,
Getting
Derek.
there. Hi, Derek.
He uses a cattle prong.
I remember being in I think it was Farmer Fleet with my sister and brother-in-law, and she picked up a cattle prod, and was playing with it. Didn't think it worked, whatever, and Greg zapped her with it. I don't know how it had batteries or was still charging, and he just gave her a little zap, and oh my gosh, dog dropped her to her knees.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're not old, we're still young. But man, when I was younger and your parents were up there, you're just thinking they're dying, but in the 60s,
Oh, my.
they were young.
my mom and dad were healthy all the way. I mean, I don't hardly ever remember them hardly ever having any health problems until they got much older. I mean, obviously, dad passed away with a blood clot from a heart attack, but all the way up until that time, he really did good. And I mean, he was healthy and moving and still doing woodworking and building stuff. And mom, she was a pistol. She was always on the go. So
She was still driving in her 80s, going to garage sales.
whether she should have been or not, she was. I know she did really good.
She just wouldn't slow down driving.
No, she was a speed demon. Oh my gosh.
That last time the cop pulled over, went to your brother's house and said, honestly, I was supposed to give her a higher ticket. She was really going that fast, and gave her a lower ticket.
Yeah, and I think my brother was mayor at the time.
Yeah. Welcome in, prospecting.
Just wanted to let you know your mom zipping around town.
You too, Freaky. Freaky snuck in.
Oh, hi, Freaky.
Freaky
Prospecting.
prospecting.
Yeah.
Derek came in.
Nice.
Mayor. Yeah. How many years was your brother mayor in this tiny little town? It was quite a few years.
Like 8 years or more. He was fire chief. He was fire chief and then mayor.
Yeah, he was fire chief for quite a few years too.
Yeah, like he was fire chief like for 12 years and then mayor for like another 8.
Looky there, my buddy Neoma.
Hi, Neoma. Welcome in.
Yeah, nice
Good
to see you. Don't have a subject. We're just kind of
I think they got tired of the fountains running the city. My dad was on city council and they wanted him to run for mayor. And then my brother was fire chief for all those years, then mayor. My nephew was on the city council. So I think they had their fill of the fountains for quite a while.
Well, yeah. Don't you remember the signs going around town, the bumper stickers that people had? Drain the fountain. They did not want any more in.
I think they were a little tired of the fountain point of view, I guess. No, it was all over the gravel pit. He never had any issues or problems with anybody until the big gravel pit wanted to move to town, and there was a big lawsuit trying to stop the gravel pit because nobody wanted the dust and big trucks in town. So it all got settled, and they ended up having a gravel pit, but it had to be so far outside of city limits, and
which we can see on our camera. Yeah, you can see these mounds of gravel and stuff.
And by that time, when he went through all that with the city and stuff, he was ready to give it up anyway. But no, he was a really good mayor. Great fire chief. Everybody loved him, and everybody loved Dad when he was on the city council and all that. He was awesome. And, and we've said it before, back then, when Dad and my brother was on there, it was nothing to have the opposite side come over to your house and sitting at your kitchen table talking over stuff on, whether it was city business or whatever. It didn't matter what your political affiliation was or your religious affiliation. It didn't matter. My mom and dad had people over all the time for coffee and coffee cake, and they just sat at the kitchen table or in the living room. I remember many meetings in the living room my dad would have with people, and mom would bring out refreshments, and my brother was the same way. He had tons of people come over, just every day. Normal people, wouldn't even have to be people in the government or city council. They just come over and knock on his door and say, "Oh, come on in." So, hear what you got going on. Let's hear it.
So in other words, if you're in here, we love you.
Huh? What are you talking about? Huh? Did I miss something? What are you talking about?
Yeah, before we start getting too.
Oh, no, I'm not going down that road. I don't really care what anybody political. I mean, it's like my dad and my brother and everybody in our family. We don't
Back-
care what your political agenda or your religious beliefs or anything. We just love everybody, and we just love talking to all of you. And we don't try to bring anything up on purpose to cause any controversy. Now, personally, if you ask me, I'll tell you what I believe.
Stop.
Probably not on this show, but if you get a hold of me personally. But other than that,
Now these days we get together and have coffee and talk about Sasquatch.
yeah, cryptids and UFOs and
Yeah.
aliens and
Yeah. And you can argue about that.
we don't argue.
Uh-uh.
So what's everybody in chat got going on? I see Derek talking about the
Blazer talking about his
Senate
Bigfoot,
hearings and
and Blazer has Bigfoot 10 feet away from him.
oh,
And he sees him out there.
nice.
Well, it is still spitting snow. I'm still seeing it.
Wow.
Oh, we got a possum and a skunk that came back. Thought you guys were done for the night. Still
Huh.
getting snow. I'm not ready for snow.
So just in case, I don't know if Jane mentioned it or if we even talked about it, but we're wearing I'm wearing a hoodie and Jane's wearing a long sleeve shirt, or is it a sweatshirt or is it long sleeve shirt?
It's the long sleeve, but it's not the heavy long sleeve. This is a thinner long sleeve, which I really do like. So this
Yep,
is our
it's all from
this is
our,
our new
all from
logo.
our store. It's all from our store on Printful, and I think Blazer put it in chat, and I pinned it up at the top. So if you guys are all interested, please go over there and check out some merchandise.
Oh, Neoma had the
That is what you'd like to do.
Neoma had to take off.
I
before
really
it
love
snowed.
these hats. These
Yeah, the denim.
the denim hats. Yeah, they're nice, and they're
I love
embroidered.
this hat. Oh, Brown Dwarf said he was wearing his shirt the other day.
Yes, he was. I was in his live, and he
Aw.
had it on, and
Hi,
he was
Daryl.
wearing it. He was wearing it in the shop, and that was awesome. Yeah, we're getting a few people to order, and thank you everybody that's ordered or checked out the website. You don't have to if you don't want to. I mean,
Yeah, we just got
Right.
2 more in the last one day. In the last
Yeah.
24 hours, we just got 2 more orders. Thank you very
Yep.
much.
and thanks to Blazer, I did actually remember to pin it, put it in our as a link on our YouTube and our Facebook, and so it's up there for anybody to find. Oh, hi, Chastity.
Hi, Chastity and Tim Mothman.
All right, Tim Mothman.
Yeah, Brown Dwarf, we got real heavy long sleeves. We got thin long sleeves. We got sweatshirts, and we've got hoodies.
And all the other stuff to go along with it. Drinking wear, I guess.
Christmas ornament.
Got some. The one I really like is coming out really well is the American Legends T-shirt. I'm debating on putting it on long sleeves or a sweatshirt too. It's got our Midwest Night Watchers, and it's got American Legends. It's got a red, white, and blue U.S. map on it. Then it has a Bigfoot silhouette, and I got one that's going to be coming up later with Mothman, and we're gonna start going down all the cryptids and all the other things. So if you got any of your favorite cryptids, let us know in a comment or an email or however if you want to see it on a shirt. Because there
Neoma going to bed.
might be some cryptids out there that we don't know about.
Good night, Neoma. Love you.
Oh, good night, Neoma. Thanks for popping in.
Yeah, nice to see her.
So yeah, I really like that design of the American Legends. Came out really nice.
And we got Chastity.
Yeah.
And Tim Mothman. Hey, Tim Mothman will like the Mothman shirt.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you guys are interested in any merchandise, please go over there to that link on Midwest Night Watchers at Printful. We would appreciate it very much. No pressure. If you don't want to, that's fine also. Just wanted to mention it.
We got ornaments. We got Christmas ornaments. I got 2 mugs right here. We got coffee mugs. We have a Clyde. And then, of
Yep.
course, our Chiro, Midwest, Night Owl Lounge. We got beanies.
Yeah, magnets, beanies. Also, it just happened to remind me seeing Chastity, our good friend Heidi Pop's birthday's today. So it's not too late. You can still go head over to her Facebook page or whatever and say happy
Yep.
birthday to her. If anybody knows
Yes, early,
Heidi
yeah.
or you find Heidi Pop LA and wish her a happy birthday. Very good friend of ours, and a lot of people in chat know her.
Mm-hmm.
We've been on her show. She's been on our show, and so please go over and say a nice happy birthday to her.
Yeah, it's still early in California. Been there, done that. She's been talking about her birthday for a month.
Yeah.
She's the light in the darkness. Thank you, Blazer.
Well,
There's Heidi's channel. Thank you.
Yeah. Just like you, Chastity, you're bubbly and happy all the time, and we love your channel, and so please go over to Chastity's Unveiling Addiction on YouTube and check out her interviews with people that are struggling with addiction. It's very informative, it's very useful, and
been helping a lot of people.
Yeah, having great interviews with people and what they're going through, and it's a big problem in the U.S. with doctors subscribing stuff, no matter what the habit-forming properties of it is, and it's just a big problem in the U.S. And it doesn't even have to be fentanyl or any of that stuff. It's actually big pharma and all that, and that's all I'm going to say, so we don't get in trouble on YouTube. But go over to Chastity's channel on Unveiling Addiction and check out her interviews.
And if you're on Facebook, you can follow her there and you can watch her flip. She goes the trampoline and does backflips and all kinds of cool stuff. So you can watch her be flippy.
I was watching her today. Chastity went for a run just to not only exercise, but just to do stuff and get her mind off of what's going on. And they always say once you're an addict, you're always an addict, and it's always on your mind. And so you got to keep yourself busy, even if you don't beat the addiction necessarily every hour, every day, at least, you're keeping busy and keeping your mind off it as much as possible. And that's a big help. And I think that's what Chastity was saying today, that, she went out for a run and she didn't really know how long or how far she ran. It was just something physical and healthy to do. And
yeah, thank you for the links, guys.
So there you go. Please go over to Unveiling Addiction and subscribe and check out all those interviews. They're awesome.
You are very fuzzy, and we now have a delay that I'm hearing from your speaker in the other room. And we normally don't have this much delay in the basement.
Uh-oh.
And the Wi-Fi thingy is back up again.
I got that little Wi-Fi symbol up there again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll just deal with it for a while, see if it clears up, or otherwise I'll get out and come back in. Nobody wants to see me anyway.
Wow,
not clear. And
the wind's been crazy. I still say we got a bad line in town. Whew, that's a big delay.
Oh, Rosie, what'd you do? Send a birthday present?
I don't see that. Where?
Thank you in advance. Whatever it is, I'll be excited to get it.
Oh, thank you, Rosie. Oh, that delay is horrible. I hope that gets fixed.
Well, let me pop out and I'll pop back in. So hang with us,
Okay.
everybody. Jane will stay and I'll just pop out
All right.
and come right back.
Ooh.
See if it fixes
Yeah, we're
anything.
down into the red. No, now we're getting up to the yellow a little bit. Goodness. Hey, hi, Twisted. Welcome in. Oh, the video looked good to you, Freaky? I know I'm not freezing. All right, now I'm by myself. Ooh. You can see I'm slowly decorating for Christmas. See if I can get the lights to blend. Nope, I can't. Remember last year? Yeah, there they go. Poof. Last year, Garrett was sitting here and make the lights twink. Oh, I hope not. Thanks, Blazer. Now we gotta go check to see if there's a van outside spooking us. Oh, yeah, both of our rooms are cool. Used to be the kids' hangout. That used to be the living room. They had their Segas and Nintendo and Wii and all those crazy things and TV down here and all their movies. And then slowly the kids grew up and moved out. So we kind of took over the basement. It's not a living room anymore. Got to get Gerald to start decorating his room. Yeah, we have a game room. Yes, his computer is actually sitting on top of the ping pong table that's sitting on top of the pool table. So if you want to play pool, we can't. So yeah, that we've turned that into the game room in there. Oh, thank you, Rosie. Yeah, if anyone coming in, this Sunday is Gerald's birthday. He's going to be 61. And then today's is Heidi's. She turned 50. Are you still alive in there? Really? You might have to come in here and join me. It's not letting him back in. He said it's circling. Yeah, now we got some green bars. Try to pop in. Oh, now we got some good green bars. Now try to pop in when the bars are real good. I know. Darn it. That's what happens when it snows. It's all Blazer's fault because of Montana. Keep your snow in Montana. There he is.
I'm seeing a black background. Do we lose our background or do you see it?
I see Night Owl Lounge background.
Oh, I don't. Oh, there it is. So I must be still on a delay.
Wow. But speakers sound better.
Yeah, I don't hear it, but
Mm-hmm.
it didn't like it. Whatever was going on.
Yeah, you're back. Yeah, I'm used to a slight little echo, but not a couple second delay. That would have drove me crazy. So anyway, Rosie said she wanted to leave a message on the Amazon. They won't let her, so she wanted to say happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we got gremlins tonight. We got snow gremlins.
Yeah. Well, I did get a notification today from our cable company that provides our internet that they were going to be doing maintenance. So maybe there is something going on with the lines.
That is true because I did get the text saying that the maintenance was done. Yeah, share the snow. No, you're not.
Uh oh, where'd you go?
I'm getting more coffee. I don't want to be
Oh,
rude and turn my
wow.
back on everybody.
Yeah. Just
Yes,
me.
Blazer. I'm drinking Sasquatch coffee.
Yeah, that ended up being a really good coffee. I don't remember even how I found it.
Oh, it's amazing coffee.
We got a
Blazer
mug.
loves,
We got a
loves it
mug.
too.
I bought a mug at the same time.
And a
Sasquatch coffee.
Yep, here's the mug.
Oh, you actually got the mug.
Uh-huh.
All right.
And now I saw a fly.
Oh, hi, Twisted. I didn't see you come in.
Oh, yes, Twisted's in here. I think that's the only
Yay.
one that popped in.
We were going to get a hold of you, and I don't remember what was it about, Jane? It was about stickers or magnets or something, and I don't remember.
No, I think that's Tammy that did the magnets.
Oh, I thought Little Twisted did T-shirts or something also. I don't know. I can't remember now. I know we talked about it one time. What was that?
I got the fly. He's gone. I know darn well he was going to head towards my hot coffee, and nope. No flies in my coffee.
Well, while I was away from StreamYard, YouTube, thank you anybody that was saying happy birthday or popped in. I didn't see you while I was trying to reload the computer.
I think it was just Twisted that came in. And then Rosie said Amazon wouldn't let me leave a birthday message with the package. Darn. But it's for your birthday. And then we were talking about the game room, and I said, yeah, we kind of have a game room, but the computer's kind of on top of it.
Yeah, I knew Little Twisted just said something about stickers. I knew we talked to her about
okay.
stickers that she was making or had or something. So no worries. I mean, if you get them, fine. If you don't, just let us know. That's fine. Noma's back.
Neoma's back.
Oh man, her Brad's birthday.
She's going to
Nice.
listen in the background while she works. Yay. And we've got Bauer Media that just popped in.
Yeah, hi, Professor.
Happy Orbit. Is it Happy Birthday Orbit, Mr. G?
Yeah, it's a orbit around the sun.
And Kathy. Welcome in, Kathy.
Oh, hi, Kathy. Yep, not till Sunday. If anybody has me on Facebook or has seen my Facebook, I put a little thing up that I'll be accepting birthday dinners and presents all month long. I always put that up every year just as something funny. So there's still time.
Even after your birthday.
That's right.
Yeah.
It could be birthday, Christmas. That's the way people talk about, when you have birthdays in October, November, December, you're so close to Christmas, they kind of get cheated a little bit, because either you don't get as much Christmas or you don't get as much for birthday, or just depending on, I guess, your parents or your family. But
I'm the opposite. I don't like the attention. I don't tell people when it's my birthday. The birthday is off my Facebook, so nobody knows. I don't know.
yeah. And then my sister that is older than me, her birthday is
The next day.
the 25th.
Yep, the next
So
day.
you can imagine her excitement and joy when I came along, and my birthday's a day before hers.
So how'd you do that when you were a kid? Did you have two birthday parties in 2
I
days?
remember. Well, I'm assuming she probably had birthday stuff with her friends because she was older than I was, but as far as family, it was always like a shared, because I remember my uncle.
So you did have to share the birthday.
Yeah, so my uncle would always do birthday cakes for both of us because it was usually always around Thanksgiving, obviously. So it was a lot of times landed on Thanksgiving or the day before or whatever. And so we'd have turkey birthdays and all kinds of stuff like that. But yeah, I imagine she was really thrilled that the new kid the day before her birthday and she'd have to share. And
See, Brondor said he'll accept any gifts too.
yeah, that's right. Always accept gifts. Yeah, we're grateful for anything that anybody ever sent. You know, it doesn't even have to be for birthdays. People send us stuff, you know, and we'll show it online. And especially on our Night Owl Lounge, we like showing people stuff that people have sent us. And
Yeah, I've got some right here. If Rosie's still in chat, I love her owls. Her little patches. I got them down here in our little owl collection we got. And she's got other ones. You got
yeah,
over
actually,
there.
the Midwest Night Watcher, I sent her the logo one year, and she sent us a mug with it on it. So that was nice.
And you got an
That
owl.
was before we had a.
You got an owl on the other side that she embroidered hanging on one of the secretaries, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Other side? Yeah, it's over there.
Yeah, it's out of the
Yeah, she
camera.
made that
room right
owl.
now, yeah.
Mhm.
Yep, we've shown all that online. So we wanna show and exhibit whatever we can, and if anybody sends us anything, we'll show it during our show and say thank you, and we appreciate it so much.
If you send us a goat, we'll show the goat online.
It'll be on our 24/7.
Now, like I said, we're done with goats. We'll have these 3 little ones for quite a few years. We'll have Gary hopefully for a couple years. He's getting up there in age, though. But we'll have these 3 little ones. We'll have our hands full.
Exotic dancers. What's that all about, Brondor?
Oh no! If the doorbell rings Sunday, I'm not answering.
That's funny.
Who knows what somebody's going to have delivered to our door?
Yep, Blazer will be in California.
Yeah, Blazer will be in California this Saturday.
Probably get to go see Brown Dwarf or whoever else in
Heidi's
there, and
In-N-Out Burgers. I want to try In-N-Out Burgers. Everybody says they're amazing.
yeah, the only ones that we've tried so far is like what we had Whataburger when we went down south.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't had In-N-Out.
Can you guys send me a burger like within 24 hours or something? Don't they have one-day Air Express?
I don't know.
Man.
I don't know what the closest In-N-Out to us is. How many states or how many hours away?
Blazer's looking it up right now on a map.
What a disappointment. Actually, I kind of liked it. I mean, we didn't really have anything like that in Illinois. I mean, we had fast food, obviously, the Whoppers, Burger King, and
yeah, we got Hardee's and McDonald's, normal
stuff like that. We didn't really have anything like Whataburger or In-N-Outs or anything. And then Culver's came in. I really like Culver's, but the Whataburger wasn't bad. It was a nice change for us.
No, we went down to Baton Rouge several different times and had friends down there, and they just went, "You got to go to Whataburger. It's the only place where we go." I'm kind of thinking, "Oh, it's okay," but I think our Steak and Shake up here is better than the Whataburgers down there.
Yeah, Steak and Shake is a good.
What a disappointment. We're going to find Freaky Geek inside a cake.
Oh,
Tim Mothman said he'll trade the In-N-Out for a deep dish pizza.
Oh, yeah. Deep dish. That's awesome.
There's one in Texas or Denver.
That's it.
Was that popular? I'm kind of surprised that chain has all mine.
We just had that actually not too long ago because our youngest daughter came down from Canada to visit and go to a wedding, and her husband, and the new grandbaby came, and so we had all kinds of pizza and sandwiches that night.
She had to have that stuffed pizza before they went back to Canada. And then last weekend we got the thick crust, which we haven't had in many, many, many years. We normally get thin or the stuffed, but that pan really wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I mean, it was good. I haven't had it for years because I didn't really like it the first time we had it. Of course, my favorite was always their normal regular pizza, or my absolute favorite was the stuff, like you said. So,
Mm-hmm. Well, that's why I wanted to try it, because we had different cooks and different owners since years ago, and that old man just didn't know how to make pizza.
And their taco pizza is awesome.
Now you're making me hungry. Yeah, people aren't going to want to come and actually visit us. They're just going to come and get
check
that
out the pizza place.
Yeah, and then leave the next day. Bye, nice seeing you. Can we have the leftovers?
Whataburger's only good at 2 a.m. in the morning.
Well, when you're drunk and don't know what you're eating?
That's what everybody, I mean, around here, that's why everybody went to the truck stop, because they were open 24/7 when back before all that stuff happened. So you can go there, and Steak and Shake when we were growing up was 24/7.
Yeah. I had a lot of dates going down there in the drive-in. A little drive up and order from the window and had your tray out on the window. They had that open for quite a few years until they actually, or do they still kind of go out there and take orders in the parking lot?
No, I think they all have drive-throughs now. I don't think there's any. A&W was the last one I remember still having car hops.
But then down by the river, that Steak and Shake was still doing orders in the parking lot, but just not on roller skates.
Last time we went there, though, it was the drive-through. We didn't have.
So there's probably no more of those.
I think.
Freddie? What's Freddie?
There's a mom and pop A&W. It's not really A&W. It's called something else, root beer stand. And I think they still come out to your car, or you can order from your car.
Yeah, we do it. Did that Sonic close up, or do we still have that Sonic by the mall?
I think there's still Sonics in Peoria.
Yeah, I think it's by the mall. We used to
They
go.
have the electronic boards or the speaker system right there at the car, so it's not quite the same, but it's still car hop kind of, because they bring it out to you.
I think the last time we go there is when the kids always wanted those cherry limeade shakes or something like that Sonic had.
But there was I think when I was working at Mitsubishi, I think over past Pekin, Illinois, there was still an original A&W. It was family ran, even though it was an A&W stand, and they still had car hops and came out to your car. And even after A&W started closing a lot of places up, they still served A&W and still kept the restaurant open.
They had good burgers. A&W was still open when I was in high school. In our little town, we'd all go there, and half the place would be band members. We'd raid that place.
Yeah, Mothman's talking about rallies. They just opened one up in Bloomington Normal. I don't think they have one in the other town, but Bloomington Normal has a Rallies. And what's the other one? It's a sister brand of Rallies. I can't think of it. But they're both owned by the same company, and they have almost the exact same menus.
Man, we haven't been to Bloomington Normal in a while. It's probably changed.
Yeah. Well, it seemed like the only time we went there was to go to Outback or,
Sam's Club.
well, the Chinese. I mean, as far as food, Outback and the Chinese place that we love.
Oh, that was the last time we were there. Is when Cindy Goodbreak. We met Cindy Goodbreak there, and we had Chinese, and then she ended up following us back here.
Yeah.
That was the last
Stayed-
time we were at Bloomington Normal. It was at that
Yeah.
Chinese place.
Yeah. Yeah. We have White Castles up towards Chicago.
I'm surprised they're not down here.
You start getting up in the north part of the state. You start getting into White Castles. I never really cared, even as a kid, when we'd go to places up by like St. Charles and Joliet and all that. I never really cared for their burgers. I never really liked them, even as a kid.
Don't ever get the frozen ones. They're nasty. The ones in the store, like, oh, you're getting White Castles. No, those little things are nasty.
Ohio.
Kathy's from Ohio. Yeah, we're like 2.5, 3 hours south from Chicago, closer to Peoria. They call it the heart of Illinois.
Freddy's Steak Burgers.
I know, that sounds good too.
I do like a good hamburger.
We were getting steak burgers. Now Schwann's closed up. No more home delivery. Those were good burgers, darn it. We're just going to have to go to a meat locker.
Yeah, I imagine.
Well, a lot of things are changing. We can't get animal feed here in town anymore. We have to go out of town. Our hardware store is closing up at the end of the year.
Yeah, so we still had an old hardware store that's been around forever.
Mm-hmm.
And they were an actual old time hardware store. I mean, they still have all the wood flooring and all the bins and everything like they used to in the day. And somebody else, I think a couple people took it over, but this last one finally wanted to sell and couldn't get a buyer, so he's just going to close it up. So that's where we got our animal feed. And
hopefully someone will buy it. He said he had 3 people looking into it, so it's not too late for somebody to take it over, maybe. But it was kind of convenient. It was more expensive, but it was kind of convenient just going downtown here and grabbing our animal feed, and instead of paying the gas and traveling a half an hour, 45 minutes to get animal feed like we got to do now.
Oh, there's Daryl. Hi, Daryl. We do not have Waffle Houses, at least not anywhere up by us.
Why am I not seeing that?
We saw them when we headed down south from Illinois, but I don't remember any of them being in Illinois.
Yeah, we don't have Waffle Houses. We have IHOPs. Then you go down south, they're all over the place.
Yeah, we have IHOP and Denny's, and
I haven't gone to IHOP in years either. The kids always wanted to go there.
Well, actually, we didn't even have IHOPs for quite a while until they came to LaSalle, Peru. I don't remember if Peoria might have had them, but they were all kind of like a franchise that came up.
Casey's. Yes, we have a Casey's in town.
That's the only place. Casey's.
Casey's is the only place that has delivery. So yes, we take advantage of our Casey's and get delivery. That's the only thing we got in this stinky little town.
Every small town that I've ever been to has a Casey's and a Dollar General.
And now Family Dollar. And we got a new Casey's. They tore down the old gas station that was a fast stop, built a brand new Casey's.
We had a Western Auto, but it was Hardware Hank.
Ace Hardware.
We had a Ben Franklin's, but they've all closed up a long time ago.
Nothing's really lasting in this town. Well, the only thing I think is lasting for all these years is this pizza place. It's taken over different owners and cooks and stuff, but the Villa has been around. Oh, shoot. I was 21 when I first started coming to this little town, and the Villa was already here.
Yep.
And that was when Joe was here. That was, oh my goodness, that was the original dude, right? Wasn't he the first one, or was Joe the second?
Yep. Italian Joe.
Oh my goodness, his pizzas were so good.
But
So yeah, the villa has been
before
here.
before that, we've never had a Chinese place that I know of anywhere close to this small town.
20 minutes
And
away.
we didn't have a pizza place, so you had to either make your own or do Chef Boyardee or frozen tombstones or whatever. But we could drive 30 minutes and go to what was it called? Oh, I can't remember now. But it was a great Italian place that had great pizza.
I don't know. Well, since you're originally from this town, when did the villa open up? In your grade school or high school?
High school.
High school is when they first opened? Okay.
Yeah, because we couldn't get pizza anywhere until they came to town. Unless, like I said, unless we drove out of town. And
What was in that building before? Do you remember?
trying to think. I don't know. I think I might have been a clothing store. We've had several things. Might have been a bar. Maybe it was a bar. It might have been a clothing store from the old days, and then was a bar, and then I think the pizza place bought it when they closed up.
And then our Dairy Queen used to be this tiny little walk-up place, and they bought the old laundromat and turned that into a Dairy Queen, and that closed up. Someone bought that, and it's kind of like Dairy Queen. It's not that bad.
Yeah, it's
But
close.
I don't know if it's going to last, though.
I really don't know what their ice cream's like, though. We've had a milkshake from there, but I don't
Right.
know if we've really had their ice cream.
But they've been trying for 2 years. I'm not sure if that's going to stay in town or not. And then our Subway closed up. We finally had a name brand, had a Subway, but that closed up, what, about 3 or 4 months ago?
Then, of course, my brothers and sisters, and my brother's 10 years older than me, they had all that stuff. I mean, when they had all the original people still around when they grew up, they had Hazi's Candy Store where they actually had the glass cabinets and all the glass jars where you get penny candies and all that stuff. And I remember being there one time. That's the only time I remember. I can vividly remember being in there with my brothers and sisters one time before old Hazi either passed away or the shop closed. But they had a Strawberry Lane, and it was just like a 50s diner with its own little ice cream shop that you would go in.
Is that where Mother's Restaurant ended up?
No, actually, it's the place that's across the alley right there. Right, the alley that you turn on
By the
from
paint
like where
store?
Reed did to go to the pizza place, that little place that they tore that building down.
Okay.
That used to be Strawberry Lane.
Oh, okay. I remember people talking about Strawberry Lane. And you had a record shop back then, too.
Yep. When I was growing up in high school, we had a record shop.
So you don't remember the movie theater. That was before you were born.
That burnt down before. I have from Mom. I have movie tickets from the Henry Theater, and I have a little book that was given to Mom and Dad from somebody who actually ran the candy stand or the ticket sales booth, and it has like handwritten stuff in it for what movie was playing and how much it cost. But we were like every small town. We had stuff like the Strawberry Lane and
we had a hospital
store, and we had a bakery, we had a hospital, we had a
hospital.
We had a small women's university out on Route 29 at one time.
What? We did?
Yeah, we had a women's university, a little small school out there to teach trade to women, married women or single women or whatever. And
I did not know that.
And at one time it was a brazier factory after it was a school, because I remember Mom talking about it. But Henry had a hotel, a small hotel.
Yep.
And then we had the hospital, which was right across the street from the hotel. And we have our own swimming pool, like most communities do.
And the Henry Marina restaurant was very well known in the area. People would drive an hour, 2 hours just to get to the Henry Marina restaurant. That was a great place back in the day. Right down there on the Illinois River and seeing the Henry Bridge.
Well, we still have mom and pop, if you want to call them mom and pop. They really are. I mean, they're restaurants that are still in some of the original buildings, and they turned into restaurants. And Mother's, like Jane said, was pretty popular for a long time, still is.
And then it was the
we have
meeting.
a couple other ones pop in here and there. We've had some coffee houses tried to start up, little meeting places, but they don't seem to last in our little town. Just the restaurants and bars and churches seem to.
We have more bars than churches.
Well, it's been like that for a long time, it seems like. But yeah, I remember the bakery, riding my bike down the street just to get a whiff of the fresh bread and all the desserts and stuff they'd make. They had one of those great big giant rotary fans in the ceiling, and they had double screen doors that led outside. So that was always open during the summer, and it was just blowing that fresh baked smell out into the road. And there's nothing like going swimming and stopping in there and either getting a fresh piece of bread or some kind of pastry.
That was the good old days.
We had like I said, we had a movie theater. We had eventually Ben Franklin. We had our original hardware store we were just talking about, and we had a couple other hardware stores, and it was a pretty booming town. I mean, Henry was going to be the county seat, was going to be the main town for the county, but the founders or the fathers didn't want it. They wanted to keep the town the way it was, so it went over to the next town, Lake in Illinois, and they got the courthouse and the jail and everything. But yet we have the fairgrounds for Marshall County.
And we had the National Truck and Tractor Pull pick our area because it was great for the semis. So our tiny little fairgrounds was on ESPN for many years. I don't know what channel they're on now. I'm pretty sure they're still filming the truck and tractor pull, but yeah, I remember my brother would call me and said, "Hey, I'm watching Henry right now at the fairgrounds." And so, yeah, we had the professional national tractor pulls for a while. I had the big ones.
Well, that's because we had a full size racetrack.
We had a perfect spot for semis to come in.
We had big. I mean, we still do the original bleachers from when it was built, are made out of wood. We have the overhang or it's a pavilion type that goes over top of the bleachers. Then they kept adding bleachers to it. Whether it was metal or wood to it, and so we had horse races. My growing up, I remember horse races, national horse races being out there on the track because it was a full racetrack. And we've had motorcycle races out there. And we've had enduro and
demos,
like X races, XT something, motorcycle races on the infield and motorcycle races around the track, along with truck and tractor pulls that were just local, national ranked. But then all of a sudden we got to the higher ranked, and it was broadcasted on the Speed Channel, and it's still on what's the other channels? I don't know. They're on other national channels when they still come, and it's part of the ranking to come to Henry to qualify for some of the bigger grand prizes. I'll say that, I guess.
Now we're talking about drive-ins. They were still open when I was in high school.
Yeah, we had to go out of town though to go to drive-ins. I remember going to Jungle Book when it came out. Mom and Dad got us all in the station wagon. We went and saw Jungle Book, and it was a double feature. Jungle Book and something else. So we had our pillows and blankets or whatever in the back of the station wagon in our pajamas.
We'd get a bunch of us together. We'd have like 20 vehicles all lined up at the drive-in, all of us hanging out.
Then the same movie theater or drive-in would have monster nights where they'd show monster movies, and then it turned in later growing up when Rocky Horror Picture Show came out. They would do that once a year, every year at the same time, and people would be out there in front of the screen dressed up, as the characters in Rocky Horror Picture Show, and and they dance to the music and reenact the scenes as it was going on the big movie screen.
Listen to the music. It is chair squeaking. Can't get away from squeaky chairs. And speaking of squeaky chairs,
Yeah.
I will announce that if anyone has been following me, I did receive my brand new hand pan from Italy. I've had it for a week. And I've been playing it, and Gerald's been hearing the same rhythm over and over again. He's probably just been closing his ears going, no, I'm hearing that rhythm again. So last night I finally got it recorded, and I've got a brand new video on my Chiro Sounds channel with my brand new 18-note hand pan. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out and give me a like. More videos to come. This hand pan is beautiful. I didn't even need a microphone. I mean, this is ember steel that I barely have to hit it, and it just rings. Just a gorgeous hand pan. So, yep, I uploaded it, around midnight, 12:30 last night, something like that.
Yeah.
Hey, it's finally done. I'm done with that crazy rhythm. Now I can work on a couple other ones that are in my head. So, more videos.
There we got Kathy saying that she forgot about Rocky Horror Picture Show, and then we got Neoma said she used to go to it in a theater where they'd all dress up and do that.
In Davenport, yeah. Where'd y'all go? What do you mean?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. Blazer says, where'd y'all go? Brondor says, I don't think I got that notification.
For your music video?
Oh, okay. I'm not getting a notification for half my channels either.
So it says we're still live, so I don't know.
Unless we're talking about my video last night.
Yep, it says we're still live on YouTube, so we're good.
Blazer got it. Thank you, Blazer. Yeah, I'm actually playing every single 18 notes on that hand pan with that video. And the maker, he's a good friend of mine. I've known him for 5 years now, because my other hand pan came from him 4 years ago. So I've had that 13 note for 4 years. And he even replied this morning saying I played it quite well and played the little high notes well, and he was really impressed with the video. And I said, well, thank you. That means a lot to me also, because he's been playing longer than me. And yeah, this is my second Sens hand pan from Italy, and it took 4 months to wait for. And oh my goodness, those 4 months was driving me crazy.
Yeah, I don't know, Daryl. I don't know how long the video is, but it's Jane's latest one that she uploaded to Chiro Sounds.
It's 1 minute and 31 seconds. It's real short. I just wanted to do a quick. He every time he sends out his hand pans, he really likes people doing a video or pictures or something, and then he turns around, reposts the people playing it. And so I didn't want a real long video. I just wanted something short that he can put up on his site, on his Sens hand pans. It's CENZ if you want to look him up on Facebook, and he's on YouTube. So CENZ. Yeah, we've been good friends for 5 years, and
Yeah.
I finally talked him into having extra notes. I remember when I first met him, I said, "Will you add extra notes?" "No, I just do 8 or 9 notes." I said, "Come on, add extra notes." So he finally started making them with extra notes, and that's the handpan that I've played for the last 4 years. That was his very first one with extra notes, and I fell in love with it. And then he offered to sell it to me, and I went, "Yeah." So now he's doing the Ember steels. That was a nitrate steel, so I had to put a mic on it or hit it hard. But yeah, these Ember steels are just beautiful. So he really makes a good job, and they're very reasonable compared to most companies that want quite a bit for hand pans. So thank you, Carol, for saying yes. This is my official
I,
last hand
I
pan.
didn't realize I had a choice.
Yeah, you did have a choice. If you really no, you better not. That's a lot of money. This is my dream. Oh, thank you, Blazer. Yeah, he's like 34. Yeah, I think he's about 34 years old now. And he's had a girlfriend the last year, so I'm really hoping that I find out they, get married. And she was starting to make hand pans with them, and there's videos of her hitting. And if you want to see a hand pan made, he's got videos of him actually beating it and pounding it and fine tuning it.
Tuning
And
it, yeah.
yeah, shows you exactly, what he does, and he does a wonderful job. And like I said, they're very, they are expensive, but I'm just going to say about $2,000 more reasonable than some of these companies that they want like $4,000 or $5,000 for them. So yes, they can be very expensive out there. Sure, you can get one on Amazon or eBay, but good luck. I've seen videos of them being out of
Okay.
tune. You gotta send them back, and they're just.
There's
They're
nothing
good for.
wrong.
Well, that's what I did. My very first one that's sitting over here. Yes, I paid $700 and I got it on eBay, and I was happy. I finally had a hand pan, and
Right.
so it worked
I
out
mean,
great for the
if
first
you're
year.
starting out, just like any
Mhm.
musical instrument or any hobby you do, you don't always get the finest and greatest
Right.
tool or whatever or instrument out there. I mean, you get what you can afford and what you think is good enough quality, and especially when you're learning. I mean,
Right.
like
I didn't
playing
know if I could
guitars,
play it.
you don't go out and buy a Martin and
Right.
or a Gretsch or something that's real expensive. Or I mean, if you're lucky, you can find one, or maybe a family member might have one that you can borrow. But other than that, you go to a pawn shop or you find one online now that you can afford
Right.
and practice and get good on. Then when you save up or you get good enough, then it says, okay, now I can invest. Now I know what I'm doing. I'm doing good. And that's kind of what we did with our musical instruments.
Yeah, I mean, I paid the $700. Now you can get them for like $300-400, and it worked out great for a year. Now I did Carol the Bells on it, that first Christmas, and it is a good one to practice and try out. And then I knew I can play it. Carol even has a hard time. You have to hit it just right to make it ding, and some people just can't do it. Luckily, I was able to, and then we invested in the 13 note. And then, yes, this one I paid quite a bit more, but this is my dream hand pan. And I even told him, I said, make my dream hand pan. And it took
Poor
4 months, and I'm so glad I did.
Poor Blazer, all he has is dented Tupperware.
Oh, I got plenty of that. Now you can't return it anymore because Tupperware closed.
I think he's making a joke about instead of a hand pan, all he has is dented Tupperware.
Hey, some Tupperware can make good drums. Yeah, poor Tupperware is going out of business. No more Swans, no more Tupperware. Oh, thank you, Rosie. Like I said, some people just cannot play one, and they slap it, or they can't make a quick little ding. And
Well,
then
I think you can over time with practice. I mean, even like me, I could get it once in a while, but I didn't sit down and practice like you did. I mean, you
right.
spent a lot of time and
I play it constantly and almost every single day. I wore that one out these last 4 years. It's going to feel weird getting that old one back out and play it one of these nights. Oh my God. I still have I sold Tupperware for years. I was a single mom for 12 and a half years, and I refused to go to work outside of the home. I wanted my kids to have me home, so I babysat for a living, and we had a living room full. And I sold Tupperware, and so I still have some brand new Tupperware in a box somewhere over there. I need to just see if
Yeah,
I
I
can.
remember you did a party for somebody
Yeah, and then I did a
that
party a
was
few
starting
years
to
ago. Yep.
starting to sell it just to get her going.
Yeah, so yeah, I did a party a few years ago, and that was a lot of fun. Got all kinds of free stuff at that party. Now I don't even think there's home interiors or those candle parties, those candle light, and there's a couple different candle parties out there. I don't think anyone does anything like that anymore.
No, I don't know. Tea light candles and Tupperware and Magic Chef, and I don't know what else was all out there.
There's one thing that had recipes and dip mixes and stuff like that. There's all kinds of different parties that people used to have.
Yep, Avon. My mom was one of the first Avon ladies in Henry where we lived growing up. That's what she did while Dad was at work and us kids were in school.
For years.
She was like I don't know if there was anybody else, but I know Mom was like one of the main sellers of Avon in our town. And
well, then she got the neighbor, Lynn, and then Lynn kind of took over when your mom retired. So Lynn was, well known for, I don't even know if she still sells Avon.
I don't know. I don't know if anybody, I haven't seen an Avon flyer or anything hanging on anybody's door or heard of anything about it for a long time.
No, they used to go around and hang the little books and stuff on your door, and Avon used to have some really good stuff.
Yeah, I have a lot of Avon decanters and aftershave the cars and the ducks and Stagecoach and hair brushes from Avon that I got as a kid. I have a Snoopy and a Tweety Bird and a Batman and a Superman. And
she had all the catalogs for all those years.
Well, actually, your favorite hairbrush is one of my brushes from Avon is a baseball bat.
Oh, no, so I used a little brown one that Avon had all those years. I found one of those over at your mom. She had a few of those brand new ones. So that's my little favorite is the little brown Avon.
Oh.
If anyone remember those, it had a nice little grip where you can put your fingers.
Yeah. The one what we used all the time, though, was the baseball bat one.
Yeah. I don't use it anymore because you comb your beard with it. That's your beard brush. Yeah, good old Avon. And the Tupperware lettuce keeper. Yep.
And all the little display cases Mom had. It had all the little white lipsticks from Avon with all the different colors and shades. Had numbers on it so you can look it up and order by number.
Back in the day, I didn't buy big lipsticks. I'd ask for some little samples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I would do. Perfumes and
I didn't do much lipstick anyway.
Me either.
Used to do perfume all the time. I haven't even done perfume in years. I don't even think you don't smell perfume on ladies when you go to the stores and stuff anymore, do you?
No. No.
Huh.
I guess. Probably all body sprays or scented.
Yeah, they're all fruity and flowery now.
From the bath, the shower gels and all that stuff, probably all scented, so they don't worry about that stuff anymore. I don't know.
Yeah, I used to get those little samples of perfume and collect them throughout the whole year and use them for stocking stuffers when the kids were little. They just absolutely loved those things. Now Bergner's closed up, and I think Macy's closed up. All these big stores that gave out all those little sample perfumes are closed up also. But those made nice little stocking stuffers and gifts. Oh, Amway. Are they still open?
I haven't seen anybody selling Amway in a long time either.
Last time I saw Amway was that one couple from our old church. They used to do Amway.
Yep.
I'm not sure if Amway's even around still.
Yeah, there's a lot of people allergic to perfumes. I know a lot of doctors' offices and places tell you not to put perfume on for some of their patients may have allergic reactions to strong smells or.
Yeah. Mary Kay, I still have a friend that still sells Mary Kay.
Scent of a Woman on weed. I like the movie Scent of a Woman.
Oh, Montgomery Ward's.
Yeah, we used to go to Montgomery Ward's, J.C. Penney's.
We had all that in Peoria.
Sears.
Now they're all closed. We don't have a J.C. Penney's or Sears in the area. Montgomery Ward's closed up, I think, when we were kids.
Yeah, and we had what else did we have?
Monkey Ward's. Montgomery Ward's, J.C. Penney's, Sears.
We had I can't think of the names of all the stores in Peoria. It used to be a big deal to go to Peoria and go shopping. You know, we had a Venture.
Yeah. Venture.
We had
It's kind of like a Kmart.
Kay's Merchandise. What else was there? There was a real big famous place back when we were kids we used to go to, and I can't remember what the name of it is now.
And you almost said Macy's is still open down in Nashville. Yeah, the Peoria Mall, I mean, it used to be Northwoods Mall. It used to be an amazing mall, and it's just closing up. I mean, Macy's didn't make it, and all the Bergners closed up, which they were also another name. I can't remember. They had two different names. My uncle had some of those bags and stuff, and I remember said, "Oh, that's the original Bergner's name."
Prairie Scott.
Yeah, Carson Perry Scott. So yeah, a lot of those things are not around anymore.
Had a Zellers in Princeton, Illinois.
Well, I just hope Melaleuca don't close up, because that's what we do. We order Melaleuca every single month. Our shampoo, our deodorant, our cleaning products, vitamins, essential oils. I mean, I get all kinds of stuff from Melaleuca. It's all chemical free, and I absolutely love it. And hopefully they don't ever close up, or we'll just have to.
Blazer said Kmart, and Peoria had a Kmart, but when I was growing up and little, when we would go to Peoria all the time, it was actually Kresge Mart. So it actually had the family name spelled out before they shortened it to Kmart.
And then we don't have any more Kmarts.
Yep, they're all gone.
It was just
in our area anyway. I don't know if there's any left or not.
It was a few years ago. All of them eventually closed up.
Then, man, I wish
Woolworths.
Woolworth. I don't ever remember going into a Woolworth or any of those places.
And then the other mall that we used to go to up in LaSalle, Peru, which is up there on I-80. I'm surprised that's even alive. I think there was like 4 or 5 stores left out of that whole place.
Yeah, that
was horrible.
They had the same kind of stores growing up. Yeah. They had the Sears and the Wards and J.C. Penney's and all the stores that we were just mentioning there, but they closed up pretty early because the area couldn't. Well, it's weird how the new developments come along. So then people put new stores up. So then the mall starts, losing stores because they're putting a brand new one out there, or something else like Walmart comes up, or Target, and takes away some of the retail sales.
Good night, Daryl. Thank you for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks, Daryl.
Yes, all the little dime stores. Yep.
We had
you said that before.
Yeah, I think we went through all the lists before. We definitely had a
good night, Neoma. If you're actually going to go to sleep this time, we'll be catching up with a phone call hopefully soon.
We definitely had a Ben Franklin's, and it closed up, I think, when Hardware Hank and Western Auto.
When I
opened up.
first moved here, well, when I started hanging out here and then moved here when I was 20, 21, 22. Yeah, 21 and 22, it was still open. And it was open for, I think, a couple years until they closed up. And then they tried the little mini mall and that didn't work.
Yeah. But yeah, Ben Franklin's, that was a great store
Mhm.
up our little town. We go there and get everything. I remember going there and buying our silly string, our army men, little soldiers with the parachute on them, balsa wood airplanes with the rubber bands. I mean, that was the hot spot to go for toys. I tell you, cap guns, and you could go in there and pea shooters. They had the straws and the peas, and I mean, they had everything in there.
Yeah, they were still open in the early 80s until probably about 84, 85 is when Ben Franklin finally closed up.
They even had our BBs for our BB guns in there. Then when they closed up, we had to go to the Western Auto or Hardware Hank and get them.
Yeah, we haven't gone to Bass
It
Pro
wasn't
Shop.
the same.
It's been years since we've gone to Bass Pro Shop also.
Yeah. Well, we don't get to Peoria that often anymore or go shopping like we did when we had all the kids. And
It's because the kids always went shopping.
I've never been in a pottery barn, but I don't think that's what Derek's talking about, but the old time pottery.
Mm-mm.
I cannot for the life of me. I'm sitting here trying to think of the one big fancy store that they had in Peoria that closed down. It was like one of the earliest stores that closed down because like Kay's Merchandise took over. Is this like Kay's Merchandise, but really, really fancy?
Oh, was it Arden's?
Yeah, some people called it Arden's, and there was Arden's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love that place, man. Getting their catalogs, just like the wish book, you'd get from the stores, or whether it was Sears or J.C. Penney's, you get those Christmas catalogs.
Yeah, I got some jewelry.
Their catalogs all the time was this awesome, filled with electronics and toys and clothes. And
yeah, I got some jewelry there in high school.
Yeah, some people called it Arden's, other people called it Arden's.
Now where it was at is the Golden Corral. Yeah, that area in Peoria sure did change too.
Yeah, there was
that used to be the good area. Now it's kind of a slummy area.
Then they had back behind there was the Green Apple, the nightclub, the dance club,
something like that. Poison Apple.
Yeah, and they had a green apple for the sign. Yeah, Poison apple.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Chastity's still here. How you doing? I thought you went to bed or something.
I don't think we have nightclubs around here anywhere, do we? Little dance clubs. There used to be a country one that our oldest daughter would go to. That country one. Remember they line danced back then, but that was that was years ago. She's 37 now. But when she was in high school, there was still line dancing of
right. We had all the clubs for dancing and stuff, but then disco came in. The disco everybody kind of had a falling out with disco, and so I don't think a lot of the clubs survived.
That was just bars.
Disco area.
Yeah, I don't think there's any more dance clubs anymore in the area.
But then we had an old barn outside Chillicothe heading towards Peoria that had it was a dance place. I can't remember the name of it. But that was a new hot spot, and they had real life bands come in and play, and they had big, huge dance floor. It almost would remind me of I can't think of his name either. Gosh darn it. The big famous nightclub that was a country bar. Oh well.
Clay's lurking while he's editing. Hey, no
Clay
problem.
is? Oh, nice.
Clay, I might have to hit you up on some editing. I really want to learn how. I want to make my music videos better, and I don't know nothing about editing. I just cut the front out while you don't see me walking to the hand pan, and then cut it out that you don't see me walking away and hitting the record off. That's all I do. I want to kind of make some fancy videos, and I just don't know what to do.
I was thinking of Gillies.
Gillies.
This barn was a huge barn. It wasn't as big as Gillies or nothing, or not even as famous or anything. And it had 2 bars, one at each end of the big giant barn.
I don't remember.
And
that.
the whole center was a dance floor.
I don't remember that.
And they had a big stage, and they'd have live bands. And I mean, they had DJs and they had other music they played, but on Saturdays or weekends or whatever, they'd have live bands in there. And it had like a 4 a.m. liquor license. So
Gee.
everybody was there.
Wow. Wow.
Then we had Conklin's dinner theater, where you could go there and watch a play while you ate, or a murder mystery that was going on while you sat there and ate, and that was there forever. That was a great place.
Yeah, Derek, that brings back memories. Yeah, the church that I grew up in when I was a kid, on a regular basis, we went to Morton, and they probably closed up too.
We went to Creve Coeur.
Yeah, Creve Coeur was good too, but Morton had a really good roller rink, and our church always went there. And
Creve Coeur was a chink rink. What was big, and then later on, and I remember it like my junior high. I don't think earlier than that, junior high, high school, Princeton, going the other way, 30 minutes from us, had a roller rink, and that's where everybody would go on the weekends. And
then they tried it on the way to Peoria on that little ramp right there, and they lasted quite a few years, but
yeah,
they closed up, and now it's storage for, looks like a construction company.
And the funny thing is, I still see roller rink videos on TikTok or Facebook or Instagram. There's people out there still in the big cities that got roller rinks, and they're grooving to the disco or whatever, like the nightclub songs and stuff, and they're dancing. And
Peoria area is not lasting anymore. Yeah, I remember good old skating rinks.
Yeah, not only did we have Bass Pro, but we had there was Cabela's. Cabela's had a big world, and we had a couple. I think it was actually Cabela's Gun World, where they sold nothing but guns. It was a big, huge store, like hunting and fishing, but it was all guns.
Good night, Rosie.
Yep. Good night, Rosie.
Thank you for hanging out. Hope you guys are doing good down there. I know winter is coming. Get your blanket out.
Yeah, we got a little snow coming our way.
Yeah, it's snowing good now.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm seeing more. Yeah.
Well, it's supposed to come down a little heavy for us, but not as much as they predicted. But it's supposed to, the big stuff is supposed to develop past us towards Indiana.
I don't see it sticking anywhere though.
No, well, we're going to have 40 degrees and 50-degree weather, so it's not going to last.
There's no critters out now, that's for sure.
This is usually when the deer show up, as long as it's not a blizzard.
I wish I could point it out there, but the camera starts getting water spots all over it, so I got to point it down. Yeah. It's so windy, I've got to point it down and wait. But yeah, the deer are starting to show up. The skunks and possums I haven't seen the coon in weeks, but the skunks and possums they're going to be leaving here real soon.
No.
They're fattening up for the winter, and the skunks are waddling away, so they're fattening up so they can hunker down for a few months. So I'm trying to take advantage of those guys as much as possible. They'll be gone here soon. And I haven't seen a bunny in a long time. I think there are 2 foxes have been snacking on them.
Oh.
I hope they start a couple bunnies start showing up in the winter.
Actually, the little bit that we drove around the neighborhood to go shopping or whatever we've been doing, I don't think I've seen a lot of bunnies in the neighborhood. The squirrels are just now starting to show back up. We hadn't seen them in a while either.
We had so many bunnies, but we didn't have any foxes for a few years too. Now we had the 1 fox, now we got 2. and they're running around together. So I bet we've got baby foxes next spring. But I feel bad for the bunnies. They were fun last year. We had so many bunnies on that camera. They might show up though.
Yeah.
And our stray cats.
Stray Cats. That's a band.
And we still got 3 stray cats. Got a
They
new
played-
little guy.
Stray Cats played rockabilly.
Hmm?
The Stray Cats played rockabilly.
Ah.
Call
I
it
do like
skunk,
skunk chunk, but it's
but it stinks.
Yeah, we had, I think, about 5 skunks. It was like three possums on a regular basis and 5 skunks, and some of them, oh my gosh, are gorgeous. I mean, it's too bad they stink, but man, foxes are just, I'm not foxes, skunks. Skunks are just so pretty.
Yeah, coyotes seem to be pretty prevalent, but we haven't really had a lot of trouble with. I mean, they're out.
I
And-
hear them. Yeah.
We hear them out in the fields or out in the country, and I know my niece and my nephew on their property outside town. They have them coming on their property, but and a farmer down the road from us, they shoot coyotes whenever they come around. But
I hear them in the field.
as far as us on the edge of a field, still in town though, we don't really have them. We can hear them. I think they cross the field behind us, but they don't
Yeah.
actually come into town.
Yeah, I've seen them once in a while close up or in the backyard, but it's very rare. It's usually just the foxes. But I do hear the coyotes quite a bit, and especially at our niece's place. They got their dogs just going nuts and crazy, so you know darn well they're running around up there. But that's on the very edge of town up there by the fairgrounds. So they get a lot of coyotes over there on that side of town.
Derek had a fox run in front of his car, if you didn't say that already.
Ah. Yeah, it's sad when you see dead animals, especially a fox.
I like those videos of people that have deer that come up to them and feed, and they can pet them and boop them on the nose. And
Oh, a pet fox.
our deer don't do that for us. They did.
Aw, Blazer still has his kitty.
Oh,
Good. Yeah, we still have our new little black and white guy that he's under a year old. He's probably about 8 or 9 months. But we call him Little Egypt. He looks like a little Egyptian cat, but he won't let us pet him yet. But he know darn well that he can get food if he comes up and starts screaming at us. But we got
Oh.
three stray cats that show up.
Brown Dwarf saw a coyote on Hollywood Boulevard.
Oh wow.
Sure that wasn't a werewolf.
Shapeshifter. Wow.
Wow, cool. Orb picture and deer. Wow.
Well, I saw 2 deer the other night, so hopefully they'll start showing up here on a regular basis. I'll start filming the garden area instead.
Oh, a chupacabra. A chupacabra.
Chupacabra.
I don't hear much about them anymore. That used to be the big thing. Everybody talking about the goat sucker.
Now it's Dogman, Werewolf, Pug Wedgies.
Ooh, pug wedgie. Well, we're losing people in our chat. We're getting down there.
Just think, Blazer is going to be in California and hopefully meet up with Brown Dwarf.
That was another thing. In California, when my brother went out there, Fuddruckers. And I think a lot of the
Yeah.
I think the Fuddruckers are closing, or they have closed up. I don't know, Brown Dwarf. Do you Do you
I
have any
remember those.
Fuddruckers, or they all close up?
Yeah, I remember that place.
We used to giggle at that name because we always thought
Mhm.
about it being a cuss name, you know.
It does sound like it. Whack a pug wedgie.
Pug wedgie. Ah, I don't know. I can't remember where my brother went out in California. I'm assuming it was either LA or San Francisco or, you know, one of the big cities. I can't remember. I think they went there for a honeymoon or something. And I remember them bringing back matchbooks and stuff that had Fuddruckers on it. And I think they even brought a menu back from it. It was pretty cool.
Fuddruckers. Be careful saying that fast 3 times.
Yeah.
End up getting your mouth washed out with soap. Yeah, how many kids got in trouble and scolded by the parents when they accidentally said it wrong?
Well, that's like the Japanese thing that went out, you know, when they had the disaster is a Fukushima, you know,
Huh?
and if you say that wrong, if you start with "fu" instead of "fu,"
Well, then the kids' favorite saying when they were younger was fugly.
yeah, fugly. Yeah.
Fugly.
The most fanciest restaurant you all have eaten at? Well, we've had quite a few mom and pop places around. We had Kenyon's, which was a really nice restaurant, but it was family or owned, and we had the Bull's Head. But as far as Peoria growing up, I would have to say Alexander's Steakhouse, which just really isn't fancy, but it was a big name place. And
I don't know any certain names, but my father was a businessman when I was a kid, and we went to some pretty fancy restaurants, and we knew we had to be well behaved, napkin on your lap. We learned all the proper, what do you call it? Etiquette stuff. And, you know, so yeah, I've gone to some pretty fancy restaurants. I just don't know certain names of them or anything. But, you know, back in the day when I was a kid.
Brown Dwarf said they still have a Fuddruckers in Southern California.
Oh, wow. Wow.
As far as like big names, like, I mean, we never really went to Chicago or anywhere that had like Cattlemen's or any of the big steakhouses or like, you know, like big names like you'd have in New York City or Chicago. We never.
Now it's Outback. If we ever want to go real fancy, we have to drive an hour and 15 minutes to Bloomington Normal. And
but see, it's weird.
Outback.
It's weird how we consider Outback fancy when it's really a fast food steakhouse.
It's
I mean, really,
Texas Roadhouse. Right, just like a Texas
or
Roadhouse.
Longhorn.
And Logan's. That's
Logan's and Longhorn and whatever else they have. It's just a franchised fast food steakhouse, really.
What's the place out there by the outdoor mall? That was kind of a fancy steakhouse that we'd go to. I don't remember what the name of that was.
Sirloin? No, what was it? Something.
I don't remember. It was.
I don't know.
We haven't even been out in that area.
A Blooming Onion. We used to go to.
Those are good.
What was Outback? But then there was a Bombay Bicycle Club. Was another fancy restaurant. I think it was Australian based too. There was Ted something. It was an Australian name, family name. I can't think of it. Rainforest Calf. There was one in the Peoria Mall.
Ooh, you got stinky. Why are you going backwards? Why do skunks have cute butts, but then you're sorry if you get too close?
Yeah.
Oh, he don't like the wind. Oh, poor little thing.
Was it Ned Kelly's? Ned Kelly? Was that a bar restaurant? Ned Kelly, I think.
Oh, a Swiss restaurant.
Well, we want to go. I keep talking about it, but we never go because it's up
Wisconsin?
in Wisconsin to
That's North Wisconsin. Jeez.
Johnson's. What Al Johnson's restaurant, and it's a Swedish, and they have Swedish meal, Swedish breakfast, a smorgasbord. They have actual grass roof on the building, and they have goats in the summer that would go up there and graze on the grass on the roof. So it's just like going to Sweden or.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I follow them on
They
Facebook.
have a big, huge Swedish gift shop that you can go to, and they actually we were getting a catalog, a Swedish catalog from there and another place. That was a big Swedish community. Al Johnson's is the restaurant on Sister Bay, I believe.
I don't remember.
Sisters Bay, Wisconsin. It was quite a drive for us. It'd take us all day to go up there and get back by the time we spent time in the gift shop and eat.
You still like to go up to the place past Peru that has all the Swedish stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, we probably will since we have to go out of town and get our animal feed. We'll go up to Peru area. Might even go to Farm and Fleet. I haven't been there for a while. Cobra chickens.
Cobra chickens. What's Cobra chickens?
Always get cat at the local Chinese restaurant.
Well, we were just talking about what cryptid was it we were talking about? Dennis was, or somebody about cats, stray cats and stuff would get eaten up by the. I don't know if it's Dog Man or some cryptid that would sneak in and get stray cats. So it might not have been the Chinese place that was serving cats. It might have been disappearing because of that.
I just know our girls freaked out the first time we went down to Baton Rouge to a Chinese restaurant, and I think it was our youngest that came up, and she looked like a deer looking at headlights going, "You guys, everything has their eyeballs."
The fish still had the heads on it, and
Everything had their eyeballs.
the squid and all that still had the tentacles, and she's like never seen that before.
Yeah, and down there, yeah, they just rip the heads off and suck all that juice out, and it's definitely different down south.
But I like orange chicken. I like General Tso's
Mushrooms. Ugh.
mushrooms, and the one place had stuffed mushrooms that were really good. And then I like also shrimp fried rice with a lot of the stuff, and yeah, the kabachi places became really popular for quite a while there. Not only just Chinese restaurants, but kabachi. Then we even had one of the Japanese steak places. What are their steaks called? Where they massaged and hand rubbed their cows before they butchered them. I can't remember the name for it. It's a Japanese term. Supposed to be one of the most expensive steaks or beef. Wagyu?
Huh? What's a Wagyu?
What we were just talking about.
Wagyu. Who comes up with these names?
Well, it's foreign, so
Wagyu. Wagyu. That sounds better. Wagyu.
And then Arby's had a Wagyu burger, or tried it for a while, and it was actually pretty good. But
I miss Arby's.
yeah, it was that those steakhouses, the Wagyu steakhouses are expensive.
Wagyu.
You could end up just like, well, same thing with Cattlemen's or any of the big New York and Chicago restaurants. If you go in there and order a steak meal, I mean, that pretty much what we would pay for our whole family at Texas Roadhouse or any of them. Just for one steak would cost $100 or more.
That's why we ended up getting filet mignons through Swans and cook it ourselves. They were still expensive, but a heck of a lot cheaper than going to a restaurant and getting them.
Oh,
okay.
Thanks, Derek. Well, tell him I've been messaging him and send him stuff through Facebook Messenger if he still has his account or can get into it. He hasn't been replying to him.
Yeah, there's quite a few of us have been trying to get a hold of him, and
we just want to make sure he's okay and doing well. We know he had surgery and
we miss him.
Had some health problems and stuff, and we miss talking to him.
Yeah, we miss him too.
You guys, when you guys show up, and you're here all the time, and then all of a sudden you don't show up, and we kind of wonder, hey, what happened to so and so, and we try to reach out.
I always feel bad, like, did we say something, or is he upset with us? I hope we didn't say or do anything. We just don't try to we don't want to offend anybody.
Right. So I'm glad to hear he's okay and doing good. I hope, and that he's still out there.
Yeah, we miss him terribly. He was a very good friend of ours. And when they disappeared, just like, oh man, we need a Neil fix. He always made us laugh. At Texas Roadhouse.
Yep, Texas Roadhouse, Lone Star.
Oh, thank you, Kathy. Good night. Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Yep, good night. Thank you. Yeah, you never know what subject we're going to go on, but usually it ends up food for some reason.
People like food.
Oh, deep fried pickles. Yeah. Jane just tried a new deep fried thing from our pizza place.
Yeah. Our famous little pizza place that everybody loves our pizza. I'm hooked on deep fried green beans. And at first I went, deep fried green beans? They are amazing. I never thought I would like deep fried green beans. Dunked in ranch. They are very good. And they do have the pickled spheres and they have pickled chips. They got cauliflower, mushrooms, of course. But deep fried green beans is very good. I was surprised. I'm eating healthy. It's a green bean.
Yeah, Brown Dwarf's got new Bigfoot videos and captures when they were out in the woods exploring, and
that was cool. I saw it moving. I saw it.
So they got new videos to put up. And
could a deep fried pickle be called a dildo?
Wow.
No. Placer. Yeah, deep fried pickles. If anyone comes here for the famous pizza, you're going to have to try deep fried green beans.
If you like pickles, they got the good deep fried pickles too, but tomahawks. I like tomahawk steaks.
Done with coffee.
Well, at home we do.
Oh, deep fried zucchini. Yum.
We do stuff like the okra and.
I grow okra and zucchini. I like deep fried zucchini and deep fried okra. Green tomatoes. I miss our garden. Doggone it. Is it spring yet? I miss our tomatoes and our bacon tomato sandwiches and who said that?
What was that? It buzzed.
I don't see anything light up.
Well, I heard something go bzz, bzz.
My radar. Snow stopping in 5 minutes.
All right, we can go out and do a snowman.
Oh, you guys have deep fried green beans out there too? I've never heard of them until I saw them on the menu, and I said, I'm just going to have to try them. If I didn't like them, I was going to throw them out to the possums, but I ended up liking them.
The state and county fair started deep frying everything from ice cream to brownies to
Macaroni and cheese.
To whatever you can think of, Twinkies, bananas. I mean, they deep fried everything, and actually they all tasted really good. And I think that's when these restaurants started doing the deep fried pickles and deep
cauliflower
fried cauliflower, zucchini, but ours just happened to do the pickles and now the green beans. And I'd never heard of the green beans, and neither had Jane, but they were really good.
I like them.
What? Snow in Southtown?
Deep fried Oreos. Our kids were hooked on those deep fried Oreos at the fair. I thought they were so rich and greasy and yeah, they loved them. Then they walked up.
Yeah, they were pretty rich.
Cheese. The macaroni and cheese. Now what? That was actually
the same
really
way
good.
with the corn dogs this year that we tried. It was a sweet pancake batter and corn dog batter mixed together. It was like, oh my! It was good when you first tasted it, but then after you start eating, getting down towards the end of the big, long, giant corn dog, it was getting like a little overwhelming, that taste. But it was good at first.
Hobbit or Habit?
I don't know.
I'm too old. I can't tell if it's a Habit or Hobbit.
I think it's Habit.
Don't do that to an old lady.
I know you can increase the screen, but then the screen gets bigger, but then the text don't really get bigger.
It's probably just a picture thingy in itself. The Habit Burger place in California.
Ah.
So they got deep fried green beans.
If it was a Hobbit place, that'd be weird. That'd be different. What would you get at a Hobbit place?
Whatever hobbits eat.
But is it like a nun hobbit or is it like a cryptid hobbit? My precious.
Really, Derek? I thought they were done making them.
I don't know.
The
I didn't
new
hear
Lord of
about
the Rings
that.
movie, The Hunt for Gollum.
I didn't hear about that.
I thought they were officially totally done with all of them. Oh.
Wow. I hope it's good. I liked all the other movies.
Yeah.
I like the Hobbits. I like the Lord of the Rings.
The wardrobe, whatever that was.
Oh, Nirvana.
Narnia.
Narnia. Yeah.
Narnia. Yeah. I like those series. Those were good too.
The Hunt for Gollum. Huh.
Gollum.
So is this after the Lord of the Rings? Because they showed pretty much how Gollum came about and his part in movies. So is this after after it's all done and said? Is it
before whatever happened to him happened to him?
No, they showed that in the movies. Remember, they were on the rowboat and they found the ring in the stream. The two buddies or the two friends. So it must be after they all left the mountain and he was still there.
Yeah, Derek said just Google The Hunt for Gollum. 2026.
Well, I guess we don't know what he did. That would make sense. They put it in between the movies that we don't know what he was doing in that cave that whole time until they found him. Then it was just that part of the story where they picked up his storyline, kind of told a little bit of how he became Gollum. But we don't know how he lived or what he did the whole time he was in there before they trekked to the mountain.
He was one of people's favorites.
My precious.
My precious. My precious.
Can we eat them?
Can we eat them? That was definitely a good character.
Yep.
Hideous but cute.
Then he had those sad eyes.
Yeah.
He had those big, almost like Puss in Boots, big sad eyes. And then all of a sudden he became evil. You could tell when they changed. Like, uh-oh, he's back. The other guy's there.
Calls your moldavite ring. My precious.
My precious.
Oh my. I think that was the last time we went to a theater, was that very last Lord of the Rings.
Was it? I don't remember.
Or was it the
Spider-Man 3D or
no,
what was it?
The one about the hunting. The shoot.
Oh yeah.
It was a girl, and they had different sections. Hunting game, hunter. Shoot, what is that called, you guys?
Hunger Games.
Hunger Games. I think that might have been the last.
I can't remember which kid wanted to go see that.
Me and
Skylar?
Skylar and Taylor. Me and the two girls went and saw that very last Hunger Games. But actually, I think the very last time was when our son-in-law came down from Canada before they got married, and that last Lord of the Rings, we actually went to the theater at Christmas and saw it when he was down here visiting. I think that's the last time we've gone to a theater.
I think we have. Did Taylor take the DVDs, or we still have the DVDs? We had all of them, I think.
I think we've got all the DVDs and stuff.
I mean, you can watch all that stuff online now. You don't really need the DVDs anymore.
Right. Blu-ray. We only got like one Blu-ray movie when we got that Blu-ray.
No, we got a couple. There's several.
We had Contact, and I remember what all we had.
But see, we still had a video store that still had Blu-rays and DVDs that we could go rent real cheap. So we didn't really buy a lot of movies.
Right.
And then the online stuff came on, and we started watching a lot of stuff online. And
now I mainly YouTube it.
Ooh, vampire movie for Christmas.
All kinds of new movies.
Does he still look like the old vampire from the old movies? Because he doesn't look like Count Dracula at all in the old black and white movies. Nosferatu.
Hey, they were right. I don't see any more snow. It must have stopped. Still windy though.
Oh, William Dafoe.
An
actor. Derek's telling us about the movie.
Now, what was that new Santa Claus movie called you were talking about?
Red One.
It's called The Red One?
It's not the.
Oh, just
If you,
Red
if you,
One.
if you do the red one, you'll get a war movie.
Oh, so it's
But
just
if it's
Red
this,
One.
it's this red one, and it's kind of a play on like Air Force One. His code name is Red, and he's obviously the one or Red One, Santa. Yep, The Rock's in it. There's several good people. I like the guy that plays Santa Claus. I like
Yeah,
him.
the old guy. And he was in that drum movie and
Yep,
that band movie or whatever. That
he
guy's
was in
good.
that, and he did the insurance. He's the
Yeah.
insurance guy on the commercials that
Yeah.
are funny. And
Insurance commercial guy.
but there's a lot of stuff in that red one as far as portals and Bigfoot and
That's wild.
Krampus and a Christmas witch and
That's
and
cool.
they have little alien guys that are actually the elves. They're not actually. They don't look like elves. They look like little aliens,
Oh, wow.
and they have all kinds of technology in it.
Santa.
All kinds of references of portals and tracking. And
Santa and portals.
yeah,
No Rudolph?
no, but the reindeer was huge. They're almost like giant reindeer.
Really?
It made the humans look small. They were huge, and Santa's sleigh was huge, like a great big.
Bus?
It was almost like a giant rocket ship.
Oh,
but
my
it, but it had no top to it, so it was still a sleigh. But it, and the reindeer, when it took off and was getting ready to go to the next dimension or whatever to get to the North Pole or wherever, it looked like they did a special effect. It looked like Elon Musk's rocket, where it has that cloud around it, that they're going so fast that they make that stream around it. That's what the reindeer. That's what the reindeer and the sled had around it. It looks exactly like Elon's launches. Right before they went through the wormhole or the portal to get to, I think they said Antarctica though. We always say North Pole, but I think they said Antarctica. There's a lot of hints and little words they use in there. It's like you got to kind of listen. And all of a sudden, did they just say that? Really? I started watching it again today.
They got the abominable snowman in it too.
Yep. There's 3 of them. Well, they have the polar bear that's big and works on Santa's side and part of the security team, the ELF, which they stole that from the Santa Claus movie because they were called the ELF. But then the bad guys had 3 snowmen that were huge. They're giant snowmen. And they were mean. They had swords and all kinds of stuff that they tried to hurt people and freeze people with. If they hit you with a knife or a sword, you would freeze.
Freeze people? That's horrible. I'll be right back.
All right. So yeah, it's a good movie. I watched trailers to it, and I saw a cam shot of it from a theater, which was okay. It wasn't really good, so I didn't watch it all that way. So I'll wait for a good downloadable copy to come out on one of the streamable services. And but yeah, that was pretty good. It had a lot of cool effects and a lot of words thrown in there and secret code names and stuff that's like, oh, I bet that means something. I bet that means something now that they're probably talking about. And I don't know if there's really a Christmas witch. If she has a name, in the movie, and in the movie they had Krampus was Santa's brother somehow.
Where'd everybody go?
I don't know. They got quiet. Not only just because I wasn't saying anything, but there's the chat moving again.
I leave and I come back and there's 2 more people in here. Hello,
Yeah,
whoever came
The
on.
Guardians, that's a good movie. Bafana, Christmas Witch.
Bafana, was that her name?
I don't know, but I don't know if, like I'm saying, like we have, the Krampus folklore, and I didn't know if there was actually a real name for her in folklore, or if it's just something they brought up in a movie. Then they had the snow globe that would trap people inside of it.
Oh, maybe they're the ones that are in the snow globe at Christmas time when we shake it and they're inside screaming.
Oh, yeah.
Might have to find that again this year. I don't want a witch giving me Christmas gifts.
I've never heard of the Christmas. I've heard of Krampus before I heard of the Christmas Witch, but we always celebrated Santa coming on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, so is this something new because of the movie? Because I've never heard of a Christmas witch.
I don't think so. It sounds like Derek knows about it.
I've never heard of a Christmas witch before until the movie.
I never heard of Krampus till 5 or 6 years ago, or whenever we started watching all this stuff.
That's true.
Movies came out about Krampus and stuff. I never ever heard of that. We only had Santa and Easter Bunny and Tooth Fairy and
Tooth Fairy.
Sandman. Those we all heard as kids, but never Krampus or Christmas Witch. Or, of course, my parents weren't really into any of that stuff, so they probably never ever even thought or heard of it. I don't even know if they even knew about the true meaning of Halloween, or they might have. I don't know. They were pretty strong Christians. I don't know. They might have known that, but I don't know.
Pumpkin.
Oh, they had speaking of Great Pumpkin, they in the new Santa movie, they talk about not only Bigfoot but Loch Ness Monster. They mention the Headless Horseman from Sleepy Hollow.
Wow.
And they had a big giant acrylic case with a flaming pumpkin head in it.
Yeah, it's interesting, all the different lores. Everything's so different and different stories, different legends.
But there is actually some Headless Horseman legends in the U.S. Oh yeah, Soft to School. That's why we watch them, and that's why I watched that movie last night, because I knew there was stuff like that in it, and I wanted to hear it and see it. But it is a good Christmas movie, though. I mean, actually.
Santa going into a portal. Actually, Santa got kidnapped, right? Isn't that the main story? Is Santa got kidnapped?
Yeah, because the Christmas Witch didn't think he was doing his job. It's kind of like the same thing where in the Santa Claus movie where
the freeze guy took over.
The fake Santa, had the robot
plastic butt Santa.
Yeah, he had the robot army soldiers take over the North Pole, and they started marking everybody as naughty or whatever, and that's pretty much what the Christmas Witch was doing. It says, I want everybody that's ever done anything bad or wrong, or she said, parking tickets, and I mean just any little thing. She was going to lock them all up in those snow globes. I'm probably saying too much about the movie. I probably shouldn't say all this. Spoiler alert.
Stop it. For entertainment purposes only. You did not hear what he just shared.
You got to watch it though. It's a lot better than what I'm describing it.
Bigfoot being in a Santa Claus movie.
Well, unless you count the polar bear as a Bigfoot, they didn't actually. They just mentioned Bigfoot, the Loch Ness monster, and some of the other ones. You didn't actually get to see them. Maybe that'll be in number 2 or something.
Well, maybe they got Christmas gifts from Santa Claus also.
Yeah, Futurama.
Robot Santa. But you can't ever forget the original cartoons that we would watch. And Garrel's favorite one.
Yeah.
I'm
We
Mr.
brought that up.
Miser. Huh?
We brought that up earlier.
Heat Miser.
The Year Without Christmas. I've been seeing a lot of the little videos of the 2 of them when they did their songs. Blazer brought it up about, or somebody brought it up. Maybe it'll snow in Florida. Not Blazer. Maybe Derek did. Somebody. Maybe it'll snow in Florida. And I says, what? Snow in Southtown? Southtown, USA. Then Mrs. Claus and the 2 elves.
Yeah, but I think Rudolph's is everyone's favorite.
I
Or
like
Peanuts. Well, Peanuts.
Claus is coming to town.
Peanuts was good too, though, at Christmas time.
And
Waiting for that.
And Frosty the Snowman, not the return, the original Frosty.
Jack Frost. Oh,
Jack Frost. I mean, it was okay, but I didn't really like the original cartoon of Jack Frost. I think they brought it out too late, and they kind of changed it compared to the other ones.
the mere little Rudolph was before. I remember when Frosty came out, but Rudolph was one of the first ones. And then Santa Claus coming to town.
Oatmeal. But what was another one? There was another one that I really like. Oh, I like the wizard in the cartoon where he
Santa Claus
lost his magic, except for he has a few magic corn left, and that's how they got saved, because they fed it to the reindeers and they were able to fly.
All it does is just make reindeer fly.
Then they had the wizard and getting a toy train for Christmas. I always wanted to choo choo. And then the penguin and them, take one foot in front of the other, and soon you'll be walking across the floor. Leaves are on the roof.
I don't even know if they even play those things every year like they used to.
No, because they took it away. Like Charlie Brown's Christmas. They quit airing them. Just like the Christmas Carol with Ebenezer Scrooge. I mean, I used to watch that at midnight before Christmas. And it had the one with Alistair Sim, and that was Mom's favorite version of the Christmas Carol, and I loved it too. I love that Alistair Sim did a fantastic job. He was funny and did a real great job. They used to play, I don't know if it was CBS or what, but they used to play it right at midnight. It would get over right as it went to Christmas Day, and they don't do that no more.
Oh, yeah, it was the night before Christmas.
Yeah, I remember that specifically every year. And The Clockmaker and the Mice. Which was the night before Christmas, yeah. Yep, they just don't do it anymore. I heard they might bring Charlie Brown's Christmas back for a special or something, but it'll probably be on an online service. It probably won't be on
I got
regular
all
TV.
them on VCR.
Muppets Christmas. You guys really loved that.
I recorded all of them years ago on the VCR. So I had Barney and Fraggle Rock and just Muppets and all of them recorded. Garfield.
I don't think I ever watched Garfield Christmas.
There were so many out there back in the day. My kids wore that tape out. I put it in there. It was like 6 hours worth of. I think we had 2 of them actually, and then we just started buying all of them. Then there were DVDs. I think we got VeggieTale Christmas.
Yeah.
Maybe we can we send stuff like that to Canada? I could always go through and get some of those for our little
How are they
granddaughter.
going to play them?
Don't they have a computer or laptop or something? I got the VeggieTale Christmas and stuff like that. Our granddaughter's into that kind of stuff right now.
They would not VHS.
No, I'm talking about DVD. We got a bunch of DVDs now too.
Oh, yeah.
The
I don't know-
VeggieTale.
I don't know if-
DVD.
You know, actually, I don't know if every computer has a DVD player in it anymore or can play it.
Mm,
They might. I don't know. I mean, that used to be a big thing. We went from CDs to DVD players to DVD recorders, then Blu-rays. But
so yeah, there's many
I
Mac.
mean, even well, your computer you're on doesn't have one, and the new
Right.
computer I have doesn't have one. Because everything you upload and download from online.
Right. Man, how fast things are changing. Yeah, how many Scrooge movies are there out there?
Oh, there's a lot.
I know, tons of them.
Everybody had to do Ebenezer. I mean, you had George C. Scott. You had the guy that played Captain Picard from Star Trek: Next Generation. He was a Broadway play person, so he had to do it, and they did really good versions of it. But I just liked Alistair Sim, and there was a real old version. This kind of like what Blazer was saying. There's ones that were from the 30s, and I just didn't really like them as well as I liked the. I think it was 1950 or something. The Alistair Sim. That's just my favorite. I will watch the other ones, but. Then the same thing with Wonderful Life. I like watching that every year. Then, of course, we'll watch the Tim Allen Santa Claus ones, and those are our favorites. We have our favorites that we watch.
Elf.
I mean, I still like the Bells of St. Mary's and, Bing Crosby, and
I've got to watch Elf this year.
I like Fred Claus. I like that movie, even though it's a newer movie. I still like that version. And they have Santa's brother. As a little kid that was, didn't like Santa Claus, and that's usually how all the other movies go. And Red One talks about it, but they said his brother was Krampus. So I don't know if the little kid in Fred Claus turned into Krampus later in life, or how that all happened, or did Santa have more than one brother?
Oh.
I think it was just 2 brothers, the Santa Claus and Fred, or whatever his name really was.
Fred Claus. Fred would be a good name for a goat.
Fred.
Fred.
Drop dead Fred.
Maybe we'll name one of the chickens Fred. We already got a Batman.
A Clyde, a Gary, Phyllis Diller.
Yeah, we had Phyllis Diller for quite a few years. Ruffles lived. I think Ruffles lived about 6 years. She was oh shoot, blue cochin. I mean, it was a big fluffy thing. I mean, she was nothing but a fluff ball.
I mean, other than Batman and Phyllis Diller had to be my favorite with all the feathers that had the top hair. This reminded me of Phyllis Diller so much when she wore the hat and her hair that way and had the feathers coming off everywhere, and she'd constantly blow up at her nose to get the feathers out of her face.
We still have some of those chickens. We got mixed breeds out there because of Phyllis, and a few of them still have the little mohawks. They didn't get the full head like Phyllis, but we ended up having quite a few years of these little things with feathers sticking out on top of their heads. Yeah, she was
I don't know what she was called.
she was a Polish.
Yeah, Polish. Yeah.
And he had to trim her feathers down.
I don't know if we talked about, Blazer said Claymation Christmas. I mean,
Mhm.
that's what Rudolph was, right? Claymation. And
Yeah.
so was, well, all of them kind of were. I mean, they were kind of frame by frame movings, all the Santa Claus movies and stuff.
Santa Claus Coming to Town or Rudolph, definitely. Yeah.
Then there was David and Goliath, I remember watching as a kid. That was definitely claymation.
Yeah. I used to watch that every Sunday morning.
Yep. The boy and his dog.
Davy and Goliath.
Davy and Goliath.
Yeah. I remember those. Wow. Flashback.
Yeah. Rudolph Shiny New Year.
Yeah.
Some of them were kind of puppet looking, not necessarily. Some of them I don't think are claymation. The early ones are, but then they started going almost like where they had to bend their arms and stuff. But I think they were like puppets or models and not necessarily clay.
We got
That's what it looked like to me. They could have been clay, but I know the early ones we used to watch as kids were all claymation.
Yeah, we got snow again.
All right.
And a skunk that's blowing around in the wind. Yeah, this wind is ridiculous. I keep hearing the chimney howl behind me. Man.
Yeah. Stop animation. Well, I think we will call it a night at 12:30.
Ooh, 1222.
222.
122. 1121. Wow. Got 1222. 1121. And it's 73 degrees. Thank you, Blazer.
Hi, Deb. Welcome in.
Hi, Deb.
You asked for a chimney cleaning. You asked for a chimney. Oh, I think that was that part of the.
He sent me a link to the little attachment thingy that you can do yourself or whatever. I forgot about that.
Well, I've seen the brushes almost like what you have for your dryer vents. They have the bristles on the end and they have the rods that you can stick up. I just don't know what size our chimney pipe is. It's probably 10 or 12 inches. I don't know. We'd have to measure it to order the right brush. And
we got 2 fireplaces. So is it the same chimney or is it 2 separate ones going up?
No, they're 2 separate pipes.
Yeah, because we got the basement and the upstairs.
Yes.
We probably should just get a professional to come and just get her done.
Better do it sooner. We ain't going to get nobody out here.
Not
cheap anyway. Christmas specials on YouTube. Yeah.
Doesn't matter. The link I sent you works for all.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll forward that to him. I forgot about that. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Black Friday is around the corner.
I see ads already for Black Friday. I mean, they've been going on for a while. People having Black Friday sales online, but
our next Temu order was some pre-orders of Black Friday. That's why they're taking a little longer, because I had to wait a little bit to get them. And they were Black Friday specials.
We should have just bought a generator like our neighbors, and we wouldn't have to worry about the chimney fire or anything happening. We'd have our regular house furnace.
Yeah. I got so much musical instruments down here, they'd be smelling like smoke. All my Native American flutes being wood, they'd smell nice and smoky.
I remember doing Black Friday a few years, but
I only did 1 year. And that's when we ran into Sam's Club and got a brand new Keurig, grabbed it, the lines were low, and we came back home. That was it. I avoid Black Friday. I can't stand it. I don't like people. There's too people-y out there on Black Friday.
people-y.
It's too people-y. And it's the kind of people that you only see once a year out shopping. So they're even more people-y. Just 1 year. I mean, we knew that it was a dirt cheap price for a brand new Keurig, and we ran in perfect timing. Everybody's at the mall and all the other places. We ran in and grabbed it and ran out and came back home. It was great. That's it. I'll just do everything online.
Yeah.
And then Cyber Monday.
Cyber Monday.
Black Friday all week, and then Cyber Monday is the next week. So you got 2 weeks worth of sales.
Well, it's almost like a month now. I mean, they do early Black Friday and Cyber Monday. They extend out further, and so it's like a month. You always get those little ads or emails like, okay, we're extending Black Friday or whatever. You know, it's like you still have a chance, and they'd act like the time would run out. Then all of a sudden, okay, we're extending it. It's like, really?
It's like the furniture places on Labor Day. It's Labor Day sale all week. Get your new mattresses.
I don't know. I don't know if I went with you guys on Black Friday or not. I remember before we were married, I went out Black Friday a few times for the kids. And
That 1 year was just me and our youngest.
all right. So the 2 times I went out was way back there when I was working at Mitsubishi then, I guess.
Actually, I think that was our very first Keurig. If I
Oh,
remember right. Yeah, we went in there and we were excited and got our very first Keurig. Now we don't even do Sam's Club. Used to do Sam's Club, Costco. We'd hit all those places.
yeah. It's just not the same anymore.
No, it's just you and me. I mean, it's just, I mean, buying in bulk, we're just better off getting the bulk things at Family Dollar and Dollar Store. Or
No, I mean, just growing up as a kid, you know, getting stuff out of the Wish catalog or
Oh,
Sears catalog, and mom and dad or whoever would take you out Christmas shopping, you know, and then Black Friday came about and kind of ruined everything. People fighting and trying to kill each other for the same products that were probably more expensive than what they were if you would have bought them earlier in the year. But anyway,
oh, we all know they jack up the prices and then lower them and say, hey, now they're on sale.
then they ruined Thanksgiving and
Yeah,
Cyber Monday, and
everybody would leave Thanksgiving dinner early so they can go shopping.
then you got the online sales that ruined the box store. So now you can hardly go to any place and actually look at a product to see if you like it or if it's made well, or I don't know. I guess it's all part of progress, and it just changes, and maybe it'll eventually revert back the other way. I don't know. Maybe it'll never go back. I have no idea.
Are we turning in the geezers complaining about missing the good old days?
I mean, there's stuff that was nice, and there was other stuff that, if you really think back about it at the time, it really wasn't that great. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, it is kind of nice to be able to look online, Amazon or wherever, and just click and just have it sent to your house compared to being out in public and running around and seeing if this store has it or who has the best price. Or I remember that with mom and dad all the time, going from store to store to see which one had the best price, then going back to the other store that was a little bit cheaper. Or it's like,
I've been waiting forever for my new jammies, and I think they're lost in the mail.
yeah,
I was getting Bigfoot jammies, and
we did good with everything else, and just
Yeah.
that.
Gotta wait till the 22nd, and I'm not going to ask for a refund. I'm going to say turn around and send me those 3 items. I want the little Bigfoot.
I think Amazon is getting sued actually for stuff like that, where they promise you a date when you're ordering it, and then by the time the order is placed, they add extra week or days onto it. And it's like, no, when I clicked it, the only reason I clicked this because I knew I would get it before this certain date that I need it by. Then you change it after I placed my order and you got my money.
I had to wait for a whole week anyway. It wasn't one of these 2-day things. So I had to wait till the 18th, and they didn't come the 18th. And I checked tracking, and it hasn't moved since the 12th. So I think it's sitting somewhere, or somebody's wearing my Bigfoot pants.
Blazer.
They were cute.
Game.
Yeah, one was Bigfoot in the forest, and they were green. And then the tan ones was Bigfoot being abducted, and there was UFOs on them. And then the other ones, I had moose all over them. It was red.
You
and
gotta make
black.
a adult Bigfoot onesie where you actually are a Bigfoot. It's all furry and covers your whole body.
Bigfoot slippers.
Then you have big feet, big feet slippers, or actually the onesies. They all had footies already built into them, so you could have big foots on the bottom of your onesie.
I bet Amazon has Bigfoot slippers.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
Mhm.
I think I've seen them actually. I think I've seen people online that have had them.
Our cats would go crazy with them.
Willow would like them.
I want my Bigfoot jammies, and I think they're lost. So I'll find out. And then I gotta wait another whole darn week if they have to reorder all 3. Then they'll probably say, "I'm sorry, they're out of stock."
Yeah, or not on sale, or not.
They're out of stock. I'm sorry.
Smells like skunk.
I don't know what were those big giant slippers that Skylar had that scared the crap out of the cat every time she came upstairs? And they were big giant, and were they bunny slippers? What were those things?
I don't
I found
remember.
them over at your mom's, and she wore them for a couple of years. And every time she came upstairs, it scared the cats, especially Willow.
Well, she used to stomp on purpose, though. So
Yeah, but it was still some kind of big giant hairy feet things. Maybe they were bunny slippers. I don't remember what they were.
I think there were bunny slippers. Yeah, Verizon and all them, they have an exchange for you turn in your old phone and get so much, and you can do it at the store or you can send it into the company, but I don't know. Just like you said, I worry about it getting lost or.
I hear a dog.
I do too. Well, I think it's about time to call the night and go upstairs and get a snack maybe or something before bed or whatever we end up doing. And
Oh my. It's really snowing now.
yeah, we'll go check out the wind and the snow and see what it's doing outside. And
It's still windy.
so if you guys haven't already done it, I don't know how many are still left hanging with us, but please go to Midwest Night Watchers on YouTube. Check us out. And if you're on Facebook, we have a Midwest Night Watchers page and a group, and I try to post in them some things. And we do have the merchandise store now. That's ours, and Blazer posted a link, and I pinned it at the top of the chat. So if anybody's interested in checking out any of the hoodies like I have on, or the long sleeve shirts and sweatshirts like Jane has,
Our new logo with the real owl that showed up. That's the last time I saw this little guy too, was when we got him on camera. So our little mascot owl. I love our new logo.
So we have some offerings in our merch store, from clothing to drinking glasses and stickers, and not stickers, but refrigerator magnets, and I think a Christmas ornament. So we're adding a couple Christmas things, and we got some cryptid stuff on there that we're starting to add. And so we're at the Night Owl Lounge, Churro Sounds logo. We got Midwest Night Watchers. So
Clyde.
if you're interested, please go check it out.
Clyde.
Thank
Yeah,
you in
Blazer.
advance if you order something, or just go to check it out. And please subscribe and like our shows if you can, and share them out if you can. And we got some great guests coming up on Piercing the Veil on our Sunday shows, and
Blazer,
some
we're not,
interesting topics.
to say Blazer, we're not too far off. My phone says 34 degrees right now. So it has dropped. Yeah, 34 and snowing.
Yeah. Well, the only good thing is, if the weather holds out the way it says it is, it'll be gone in a day or two, depending on how much we get. It might be gone by tomorrow if we don't get a lot, but we're going to be back up in the 40s and the 50s for a few days. And
I don't see anything sticking.
but then after that, it looks like it's all 30s and low 40s.
Yeah, so it goes back up for your birthday, and then it drops way back down to the
Right.
40s.
I requested it. They have to do it.
Hopefully they don't change the weather on you.
Yeah. All right, everybody. We love you. Thank you for coming. We appreciate all of you and hanging out with us and chatting about just anything and everything. And usually, like we said, it ends up being about food, but we enjoy that too. I still haven't set mine up for that yet.
I thought it was just Apple.
No, it's through the computer. I think it's
Oh, really?
you gotta turn something on to have it do it.
It's not freezing.
It's called emotions. They're emotions.
I wonder
All
why
right.
my camera was freezing there for a while.
Yeah.
All
All right,
right.
everybody. Thank you. Love you. We'll check you out next Wednesday, and we'll be on. Well, we might not be on this Sunday unless we decide just to pop on and do a
Birthday boy.
thing. Other than that, we'll see you next Wednesday and Monday night with Dennis Carroll. And I'm sure the Geezer Geeks will probably be doing something Saturday. So check us out and keep looking up.
Keep your vibrations high.
And just so you know, we do love and care about you all. Thank you for coming.
Hug a squatch.
Hug a squatch.